Alright guys, welcome back to the Abundant Harvest Homestead. I'm Papa Pepper. We are dealing with this today. So we're doing part 2 of our root cellar stairwell install. Here I'll show you what's going on. Pretty much the goal is to have a trench coming down this way that then I build stairs in that'll lead to a door through the wall of here. To be able to make that door, I'm going to have to cut through this ICF form full of concrete. So the door will come through on the inside of here. It'll come in from this side, but there's a lot of things in my way right now, and while we were able to do a bunch of it with a backhoe attachment on a little trailer, I've got a ways to go. It's going to be by hand. If you look down into, there's some big rocks. Those are resources here. We got some over here too, and then we've got that pile. Please do not climb on it, because if you climb on it, you compact it. If you compact it, it's harder to shovel out. Right now, it's still soft. So we're going to be backfilling some of the stuff on the sides of here. But the deal is, from here over, and from there over, it'll be filled in on the edges. But this middle part's going to be open, and then I also got to make some walls as well as a stairwell. And on these corners, my plan is to drop some big cedar posts on each of the corners, and maybe some smaller ones in the middle, so that way when I pull back, I'll have big posts up. We're going to have a concrete roof here, which will also provide us a concrete floor for an outdoor kitchen. And then if we're outside canning or processing an animal and we put some stuff into, jars for storage, then we can pretty much just run them to the basement. That's the plan, but first I got to find some empty buckets, because I got so many buckets full of rock right now. There's more over there. There's more over there. More over there, because we use those on our rock pillar fence, which I have a way to go. So monster truck found a couple already, and maybe him and Bugger here can start putting little rocks in there. Yeah. Little Rock? That's the capital of Arkansas, isn't it? Yeah. You ready? Can you show me your muscle and see if you're ready to work? Whoa, that kid is ready. Can you lift a whole bucket by yourself? Run to these, Bugger. See if you can lift a whole one by yourself. A whole one. Can you do it? Oh, he already did it. Okay, bring it over there and just put little rocks inside of it.
I will.
Thank you, my son. Yeah, buddy. Well, we're barely getting started. You can put it in there, Bugger. Just set it in there. Barely getting started. Already got 3 buckets full. Getting a bigger pile of these, but I wanted to document where we were starting here. You can see the lines on those layers. We've got 1 at the top, 2, 3, 4. And at the bottom of the 4th layer, right where that 2x4 is sticking up, is about where the dirt is right now, the soil. So we're going to see how far down we go on this. And yeah, that's how high it is. And I started filling in the sides a little bit. And working on the middle, and also not getting too close to the edge, or I'll have a much bigger filled in hole to unfill. Still going good, boys? Yeah. Is that heavy work? Yeah. All right, thanks for helping. did get a pretty big pile of rocks. We've got, what is this, 9 buckets already of those. Monster truck still going on that. And down in here, I'm going to have to pause. I got some other things to do while I got daylight. But I did kind of start making a primitive step, and that's not how it's going to be. I'm actually got some plans here, but I did start getting stuff out of the middle, off to the sides, and creating my main trench down. So it should be pretty good. But we got a long way to go, don't we, Doe?
Yes. Do I M&M?
An M&M? Yeah. I guess so. Thank you, son.
Do I do M&Ms?
I had 2 M&Ms. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I thought as long as I had the Bobcat here for a minute working on some other projects, I would at least get a little bit of this filling in on the other side and let it settle again. You know, might as well. If you didn't see the video of the Bobcat, I'll wait. It's gonna be in a card up here somewhere. Feel free to go check it out. But little less shovel work, so that'll speed up that process. If you saw me in the pickaxe with the, you know, in the pit with the pickaxe, you can see it's a little primitive sometimes. That's okay. We can be modern too. We'll blend the two of them. So as I get creative on my projects and I think about putting in the stairwell for that root cellar storm shelter build, I do have resources like this available. These were just a bunch of slabs of concrete that were dumped here. Eventually they need to be removed from this area anyway. I would have an opportunity to help somebody out by doing a lot of work of removing a bunch of this stuff, and then I might be able to use them too. I'm thinking if I got some bigger than this that I could fit into place as the stairs going down, then I wouldn't exactly need to pour concrete stairs for it. I'm thinking of maybe doing some rock for the walls in there. I'm not sure, but this is one option I have and what I think I'm going to start off going with. Like the rest of my life, it's going to be a lot of work, but I think it'll be something that'll be built to last. A good opportunity to take some of these free sources, use them. I'll put forth some energy to save myself some money, and I think it'll work out well. Well guys, back in the pit of this root cellar, again, if I had everything lined up, it would not take me as long to do this as it has been, but on the bright side, it's held up really well, and I'm saving a lot of money just doing it the way that I am. I'm gonna actually mark out the door for here. So because of the way our root cellar is situated and the way I'm building it, a standard door is not going to work for this. I'm probably gonna just have to custom do an entire door myself. So I'm gonna mark out what I want, cut through, figure some things out, and you know, really wing this to a level that I normally wouldn't, but because of the way we're doing things, it's gonna make the most sense for us. Well, the concrete behind there looks nice. Now we're just going to expose the rest of it, drill a couple corner holes so we know where to remove the foam on the other side, and then cut through it. One thing I have been contemplating for even before I started this was to see if the pieces I cut out of here could potentially be used as stairs too. I'm not sure.
we're getting about the progress of the stuff done, and then I'll take a couple peeks at some of this and see how it works. Whoa, can I not pop it off all the way?
Huh?
Whoa, look at that, guys. It's going to be a little bit smaller than a normal door, but that's because we're heading into a smaller structure. Monster truck is on the cleanup crew. He's filling 5-gallon buckets and then bagging them.
6 gallon.
Yes, 6-gallon buckets. Even bigger than 5s. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a drill that can drill through the corners of these so I know where to do this on the other side. I'll go get that now. So now that I got that ready behind me, and of course, hindsight 2020, if you watch this in 2021, that's last year stuff. Yes, it may have been easier to frame this in, pour concrete around there and just have an opening there the whole time, but my original plan was to come in through the roof at an angle. As I thought about things, I realized this was a lot better, so I do what I have to do, which is now cut a giant hole in here. Thankfully, I got stuff like this used for work. So this is actually a neighbor and co-workers we just picked up for a recent job, but you buy work tools, bring them home, you got them there, and in his case, then you can lend them to your neighbor. So this should be able to go through both rebar and concrete, which is what I got in here. I'm gonna see if my extension cord's plugged in and get going. Can I go in there? No. There we go. That'll work. Got a hole. Now when I do go to cut through this thing, I may need to remove more of the styrofoam. I just wanted to get a picture of the actual door. Do this first. Let me know what I'm working with. If I gotta expand from there, I gotta expand from there. I think I will, but it depends on the depth I can set the saw, because I may be able to ride on this, and if I've got a big enough saw blade, it'll be able to cut through this without having to be butted up against it, which would work to my benefit. So now that I got those holes drilled, I will go to the other side. Those might be below the ground level out there, and those ones in the corner though should be sticking out. So I'll begin working on it from that way. Progress. Progress, right?
Yeah.
Does it count?
Yeah.
So this is roughly what I expected. I knew it was probably going to come out on these seams if we go straight through. Looks like I went kind of an upward angle here, a little bit off over here too. The bottom ones I can't see right now, but I'm gonna start here and work my way down, and once I get that done, we'll test the concrete saw and see where we need to be. So with this too, I'll show you something. I learned some things on the other side. If you saw, I was doing better at the end than at the beginning. But for instance, where it says Fox box is where these are gonna be. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 that I'm gonna have to work with, just like on the other side. And I'm gonna scrape those bare. I'm gonna dig a trench next to them. I can snap those things off and then pop a whole section off. That's gonna be a lot easier for me. And yeah, part of just learning as you go. I'm happy to have done so. We'll see how this works out, but should go a lot quicker than the other side. I'm just not sure how deep I'm gonna be able to go today. But who knows, maybe I'll do it all. Sometimes I'm ambitious. I might be ambitious today, I don't know yet. We'll find out. Might be discouraging. We'll find out. Listen, y'all saw the first one. This is gonna go like that. So we'll see what happens. You'll have to stay tuned for the next video on the root cellar storm shelter project to find out what happened. But I'll see you next time. Papa out.